Peace. Well, I felt compelled to do another video, and I would like to address the perceptions of right and wrong, which that is basically all ego, because right and wrong is basically something that's self-perceived, because if something is wrong to you, it may be right to me. So I wanted to kind of touch on that. It's based on your society norms. Like in our society, a 16-year-old having sexual relations with a 30-year-old. Now, of course, many of us will look down upon that. Me personally, I would too. I wouldn't want my 16-year-old niece having sex with a 30-year-old man, or even a 25-year-old man for that matter. But the thing is, perhaps in another society, which maybe probably, I'm just throwing something out there, perhaps maybe somewhere in Africa, India, perhaps maybe that is something that's not looked down upon. So we can't sit here and say, okay, that's wrong or right. But even though that's pure example, I have kind of touched on gay marriage, which a lot of people do not agree with. And I'm not trying to say, oh, you should agree or should not agree. I think we're all entitled to have our own opinion when it comes down to sexuality. And at the end of the day, I think we're all entitled to have sex with who we want to have sex with also. So I'm not going to knock gays, and I'm not going to knock people that don't agree with gay. However, that is also something that is self-perceived, such as right and wrong, because who are you to say they're right, and who are we to also say that they're wrong? Now, I personally am a believer of balance. So I do believe when you put masculine and feminine energy together, you create something beautiful, such as life, such as man, woman create life. But then again, I feel like if someone else's sexual relationship is not affecting you directly, then you shouldn't have anything really to say about it. But the main thing everybody talk about is, oh my God, the children, they see this. Well, if your child's going to be gay, they're going to be gay. It doesn't matter. I have 3 sons. They love women. But I live in California, so it's not uncommon to probably walk into a grocery store and you see 2 men together. But my sons, that don't mean they're going to be gay. Just because they see it. I have friends that are gay. I even have gay friends that have adopted children. Children are very stable. Statistically speaking, the children actually turn out to be just as stable as children from heterosexual marriages and couples. So first you got to look at this. What is marriage? What is the foundation of marriage? What does marriage mean? Well, marriage is basically a contract which is recognized by the government. What is a contract? It's a bond. So religious people just started injecting this whole love and sacredness into marriage, which that is not exactly what it is. But if it makes you feel better at the end of the day, then go ahead and inject it in there. But that's a new notion that was added into marriage. But it was pretty much made to keep money in the family. So how you perceive marriage is your own personal thing. I cannot tell you how to perceive it or how not to perceive it, but you got to look at the U.S., look at our divorce rates. They're high. That's because people get married for the wrong reasons. So that's something to really think about. So I feel like this. If they want to get married, let them get married. I've been married before. Let them be miserable. Because the thing is, a lot of married people are fucking miserable. If you're married, you're watching this, 9 times out of 10 you're miserable. There's some people that are happily married. Out of everybody that I know that are married, only 2 people are happy. Only 2. That's it. Well, maybe 3 or 4. Life, though. So, in all reality, why do you care? America was never built on anything pertaining to morality. Look at all the laws. Everything is about monetary gain. It's not about morality. Abortion, that's legal. I have no opinion on that, actually, because who am I to sit up here and say, oh, you shouldn't get an abortion, or you should? It's not my call. However, abortion is legal because it's for population control. So if America was built upon morality, a lot of these laws that we have wouldn't even be in place. Sex offenders get less jail time than drug dealers. How much sense does that make? Doesn't make any sense at all. Now, if you hurt a child, now this is my personal moral and value. You hurt a child, I think you need to get placed under a prison. Fuck a prison, you just need to get killed. you're just a waste of energy. However, that's not how the laws of the land are. They get about, maybe, depending on their crime, they're out within less than 10 years. And they have to register as sex offenders, which I'm not judging people that are sex offenders per se, but when you hurt children, you lose all respect from Star Intellectual. So I'm just curious on how people can sit up here and say what's right and what's wrong when it differs pertaining to individual, society, culture. Your morals may not be the same as somebody else's morals. I think it's immoral to sit up and have babies all the damn time and put them on the system. But then again, someone else may have a whole different perception. They may think that I'm immoral for, I don't know. People may think I'm immoral for wearing makeup. I don't know. But then again, that's all individual perception, and everybody is entitled to how they feel. So hopefully I did a little bit of clarification. And when people come at me and say, oh, you're supporting sin, first of all, look up the etymology of the word sin, and then come at me. Okay? Thank you for listening, and maybe I'll make another video soon. Peace.